Hello guys, today we'll talk about what is big data. So before we understand the big data, let's talk about the data. So data is something, it's a character or set of characters. If you are talking about purely on the technical term, it may be 0 and 1 bit, combination of 0 and 1 bits. It may be a byte, maybe a kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, or maybe terabyte or petabyte. So now let's talk about a little bit about the history and we'll understand from here the data and its value. So if you go to late 90s or maybe early 2000, lot of development happened on the .com side. A lot of dynamic website got generated across the world. We got a lot of information through those websites about the number of users. So now if you talk about maybe starting or mid of the 2000 till 2010, lot of social media platform came in picture. That includes YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. All these, if you see, all are talking about the data. So if you see the Facebook, you have lot of pictures, audio, video, you will see there. Same way, if you see talk about the YouTube, you are uploading lot of content, all especially the videos. If you go to the Twitter, uh, it's a lot of news are publishing through that channel. So all this data we see is flowing across the systems. So we have to get some meaningful value out of that data. So not only this, if you see in the current world, so we have so many technology involved in many places. If you go by driving your car and you have sensor, let's say company is giving a device a snapshot and they are collecting your driving history, that data is getting collected whether you are going with the ABC brand. If you go to the toll, there may be a fast tag. They are also collecting that information. If you go in red light, you will see the cameras. So most of the places you see digital world is there. Lot of information is flowing. So all these are part of the big data. Or maybe you are going for shopping. Lot of information is flowing through that store. So these all we are talking about the data. So in the uh, today's world, if you see, data is more like a oil. So now we'll understand what is the big data and its characteristics. So one of the characteristic of big data is the volume. That's what we told, right? If we are collecting data in the large volume, maybe in greater than terabyte and petabyte, if that kind of volume comes, that is one of the characteristics of the big data. So volume is the one of the aspect. Let's understand the variety of data. So variety of data can be in text format, maybe in Word document, PDF document. We are capturing from this databases tables, or maybe we are collecting the videos, or maybe audios, or maybe a log file, social media data. All these kind of data, including the sensor data, all these kind of data, different kind of data is there. That if we are talking about this kind of data, this is purely a variety of data. Let's talk about the velocity of data. I am driving a car. There is a telemetry device attached with this car. So all the information, how many brakes I am using, what is the my speed, all these kind of information are transferring to the company, respective company. Or let's say we go into the shopping. In the shopping area, we do all this kind of shopping real time. We are getting a receipt also. So payment receipt. So all the information are capturing on the real time. So if you are talking about the near real time or the real time data, so that is the one of the characteristics of the big data. So velocity is one of the important aspect of the any big data system. So if you see, first we talked about the volume, variety, and we talked about the velocity. These are the main characteristics. There are few other characteristics. Let's say for example, where veracity. So veracity is something. Let's say for example, we want to use the data quality. I have phone number column. That column needs to contain the phone number. If it is containing any garbage value, then it's not a quality data. I cannot use that data for any value. If I have the name field, that field needs to contain the name. Few field might be a null or maybe some junk character, but majority of data needs to be a quality data. So that will give me a value. So in the data, if you are talking about the big data, you have the large volume of data. The data can come in the real time, and the data have the variety of data, and same time the data also contains the quality. Let's talk about the one of the aspect of the big data is the value. If I am not getting any value of the data, then it's a garbage for me. So we have to get some kind of value from the big data. So that is the one of the aspect. So take example, I have the data science team. They are doing some kind of projection, future forecasting. They want to make sure in holiday season our stores are doing good and they have the enough inventory. So we have to make sure that all these kind of analysis in beginning, and so our stores have full capacity of the item, and when the customer comes, they can get those kind of items from the store. So those kind of inventory management, all these inventory forecasting we have to do in advance. So those kind of value I have to get from the data. So let's capture the last V of the big data, that is variability. So what we are saying here, big data can include structured, unstructured, or combination of structured and unstructured data. If you are talking about that kind of data set, that is adding the variability, so that is very important for the big data. So I hope you understand the big data concept, and thank you very much for watching this.